If you like this video, please click like, share it, subscribe, buttons down there, just press it once, that's it. And if you want coaching with me in Nottingham or Line, all the information is in the bio. How you doing? All right? So it's another break building one this week. Now, obviously the rumour is that pros are looking 7 shots ahead or whatever. I can tell you now, that's not really happening. Maybe if there's a ball on the cushion and they need to clear up, they've got their eye on moving it. Absolutely, that's a thing. But when they're break building, generally, it's 2 or 3. And this vital skill that I'm talking about is part of that process. Now, this may seem advanced, but obviously, even if you're a 20-30 rep player, you want to have this stuff in mind. You might not play it as well, but it's still part of the process of you learning how to break build. And that is this. You're not just trying to get on a ball, you're trying to get on a ball that can help you get on the next ball. So a lot of times you see people, you know, they're in the pack and they've got loads of reds and they're just stunning to get on the black. Well, they're not really thinking about where they're going next. So it's that next shot that I'm talking about. It's potting that to get on that, to be able to get on that. And it's the 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to do a practice routine here and talk my way through it, and just it's a Q-Stars one. I think it's called Christmas Tree. I've used it because it's got a little pack, so I'm going to have to move balls and develop a few. But I can still just talk my way through it, and you'll see there what I'm saying, that as you can see there, I'm trying to be a pessimist. I talk about that all the time, be a pessimist. I'm trying to find areas, or at least getting on the next ball so they can get on the next one. Check it out. Right, here we go. I'm going to use this routine to show what I mean. Here it goes. It's a Q-Stars one. So I'm using this, I've got a pack, so I've got to move some balls and they're out in the open. Here we go. Right, so I've got this red. Obviously I'm just going to stun it in for the black. But I've got a pack here, so at some point I'm going to need to go into them. What I'm not going to do is pot these reds and then go into them, because I need to leave, I will definitely leave 1 or a couple of these reds, maybe 3, before I go into them, because when I go into them, obviously I'm going to stay on them 2 reds. So I'm thinking about the shot after. So I want to pot this, give myself an angle to do that. Here we go. Right, so I've got a little angle there. I could do it here, and again, it's not much risk, so I might just nudge into them now. So let's go into them. The while I stay there, I've got a choice of 2 or 3 reds. So a smidge of right. I'm stuck onto them. Of course I did. Right, so I've caught one full, but again, because I've got loads of outs, it don't matter. Awkward already, it's gone. No, I might play this one because I can't not be on the black. So it's a slightly difficult shot, again, just get on the black basically. So I'm not trying to think about too much about the shot after this, because when I get to this, when I get to sort of have to start getting on balls, I'm gonna have to start thinking about the shot after. At the minute, because they're everywhere, I can pop that, I'm on the black, and no matter where the white lands, I'll be able to get on another red. Hopefully, we'll see. Right, here we go again. So I've got a little angle, I've got a little angle, but I'm not going to take it. So I'm now going to play on that red. I'm just going to stun up here so I can get on the red. Then I'm going to be able, so I want to get on the red so that I can get on the black, at least stun it in, or this side of that red, because I want the angle to go in there. So I'm going to pop this black, make sure that I get the wire high enough so that it can either be straight or just off straight. As long as I can get the white virtually where that red is, after I've put on, when I pot the red, that's where I want to be. So I'm going to make sure that I go too far, because if I don't go too far land there, then I've got to come up here and then we're in trouble. Well, not in trouble, but you know. So I'm going to make sure I get high enough. So look, even though I'm getting on the red, I'm getting on the red in a way that I can get on the black. I want to get on it next time, if you know what I mean. So I can just stun this in, keep the white dead. So I'm potting this red to get on the black so that I can then go into the reds. So again, I need to get an angle. I'm not just getting on the black, I need to get the angle on the black. There, look. And I've got this little left cut angle. Just, I've got to be careful here because sometimes, very rare, I could hit that and just drift into the pack and then I'm not on a red. So I've got to be careful. So I'll play this with a little bit of pace. And it'll be a tracer right, obviously, so that when the white hits them, it moves a little bit. It doesn't just roll into them like this. Oh, I did think, my spidey sense. As you get more experience, you do have a little spidey sense. Sometimes you think it might go wrong. But no, it was all right there. But sometimes you just get a feeling. Right. So now I've got to start getting, so obviously I'm going to get on the black. So now I'll start thinking about what red I'm going to play next, or at least where I want to put the white after I've potted the black. So the way I'm thinking, I've had a look here, look. So this area is a big area that I can put the white and I'm on a red. Obviously the pink goes in here. So basically pot that, leave myself a low black this time. So a smidge of right, pot the red. There we go, look. So like I say a lot, try and be a bit of a pessimist when you break building. What I mean by that is leave yourself in as big an area as you can so that if you absolutely butcher it, you might still be on a red. Now, as much as professionals can obviously look really great, don't we, run on telly, we are doing that because we just want to get the balls in. So we're not going to be trying to be clever. Sometimes you're going to have to play shots where you need to get on a ball, but generally we are trying to just put the white in positions where we're going, like I say, we've got the chance of buttering it and still be on. So that is around there, right? Smidge your left. There we go. Right, so I'm on that red, perfect. I can screw back for the pink, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with them. Because if I pop the pink, then I'm tying it up, no good. And when I can easily get on the blue. Obviously I need to get high on the blue. Don't want to get too high, so I've got to be careful. I mean, this red's always there, so I'll have to play a cannon if I come too high. But again, there's so many reds to play on, it's not that big a deal. But you'll still be playing to get absolutely perfect. What you don't want to be is short, a bit like me. Although I'm not that short. To be fair, I'm 5'10" and a half, so I just look shorter than I am. It's a thing. Right, so we're absolutely perf. So now, I'm obviously going to play on that one. Now I want to move that red anyway, because although that's in a lovely position as far as break building is concerned, it does sometimes make the blue a bit tricky because if I come a bit too high or whatever, it's in the way. So although there's a few positions on the table sometimes where although the red's in the open, it's in a little bit of an awkward position. So obviously I'm perfect to play on that anyway, but I will want to get that out of the way, which I'm going to do again. Again, it don't matter. I can be high or low and I'm still okay. So you'll probably play straightish and see where it lands because I've got the pink or the blue. And I will hope, I'd rather go a bit low so that I can play back on the blue. There we go, look, there we go, there we go. So I'm already thinking about these reds here. I don't know whether that red goes, but it's in a nice position. If I cannon that, then I'm on them reds there. So that's already in my mind. So again, get high on the blue, not too high. There we go. So I could play it now, but I'm not going to because I don't need to. Every part of my being wants to play that cannon on that because then I sort of can open the pink spot up. My OCD's getting me because the pink's not on the spot, but you know, don't let that get to you. But I'm going to play, for this ready, I'm going to put the white there. There we go, look. Easy peasy. Nice to play on the blue again here, look easy. Again, just want to be high. I really want to move that red. But if I play high on the blue here, make sure I'm high. Now I can play that can if I want, but I've gone a bit too far there, to be honest. But now I'm going to play it, so now I can't really miss that cannon. If we just play that cannon there, it's going to develop them two reds, and I'm on this one or them there, and then the table is starting to look nice. So just drop the blue in. Don't miss the blue, Michael. Don't start looking for where the white's going like that. Oh, we're lovely and perf. Not quite got the cannon I want, but I've moved them. Sometimes you start looking for that and you miss the blue. Not absolutely perfect when I think about it. Right, but I'm okay. Got this red with the rest. I should pot it really. Just pick a nice line. So I might end up having to go straight or off straight with the angle I've got. I'll probably play to go low because then I can come back up the table for the reds.
I'll see. So yeah, just pick the right line. Send it on its way.
Here we go. Right, so I can't be so slow. I've got to get on the balls now. Right. That's not perfect. So I'm not in a bit of an awkward position here. I can play up here. Obviously, if I drop that in, I'm going to come up here. There's only one of them red goes down there, which is not a gimme pot, that, if I land here. You know, when you're under pressure, you can see them missed. What I might do is have a little bit of a gamble. I could play into screwing into that red. I could do that, that's an option. I'm not sure. Right, so if I'm going to play to screw into that red, but I want to try and get this side of it. So if I do cannon, the white's going to go over here. And there we go. So I've got to hit this nice. I've missed the red. Oh, that's terrible. That's horrendous. That is bad. But now I've got a pot to pot. Just stun this in, it's dead straight, get on a high black. Here we go. So that was a bad shot really, that on that red. I always knew I was on one. Right. So I know I can get, I'm on the high black that I played on, so now I've got the angle to come round here. So the angle I've got, I can come off them two rails and sort of take this path here. So the path I'm going to take with a white, I'm sort of on a red from about there. On a red, on a red, on a red, on a red. Unless I come all the way down here, which I'm not going to, I'm always going to have a chance at a red. So it's the perfect line really. So if I just top that in, I might even cannon that red, but again, it doesn't matter. Just top it in, get the black in. Saying that, I've got more of an angle than I thought I had, but if I just top it in. There we go. It's all about pace, that shot. I thought I had more angle than I thought I did there, to be fair, but there we go, right. Again, I've got so many outs, you know, you don't have to be too under pressure, but I'm still going to play a shot, so I'm going to try and be high on the black again, because again, I've got so many outs. So I'm playing on the black to get high, so that I've got so many, playing all them reds, so off that cushion and get on the reds. So I'm being mindful of where I want to be on the black. High is good for me, because they're your bread and butter shots. There we go. Right, here we go. So that red goes, so I'm going to come up this path here. I'm coming across that line, so I've got loads of out. I want to come higher, so I'll make sure I get enough pace on it. Trace a left, pick a height. And if I don't hit it hard enough, I've got a red in the middle. And there we go, that's not bad, so I'll take that. So same again, pot the red, off the rail. I'm going to come high again. You can try and be low, but it's a bit risky. If you don't hit it hard enough, then obviously you've got a horrible little smelly black. But if I gamble going higher, if I go too hard, I'm on the pink. So, I mean, I'm not going to land there. That'd be such a bad shot. So come off that thing, I've got a bit more room for error. I'm being a pessimist, right? That's what I mean. So again. Lovely. Right, again. So play on this red, I'm going to go higher, but again I'm getting higher because I want to get back on the black. So playing on this red so I can get on that black. Same again. Again, get high on that black. That's my bread and butter shot. Go high up the cue ball, smidge your left. There we go. Now again, because I've got that perfect on my back, high black all the time, I give myself all the options. I could come off there. Now if I go through that path here, look, I'm on a red, 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 I'm on a red. I've got all that room. Let's say it's really short, which it's hard to be too short. That line I'm picking, as if I'm trying to sort of go just so that side of the pink. It's an easy shot. Well, it's, you know, it's a natural shot. I've just got to pot the black, pick a high. Even if I can on the pink, it don't matter. It's all about pace, look. And I've got just so many outs. And there we go. So I want to talk about being a pessimist. I don't mean pessimistic, but do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to give myself enough outs. This one, again, I play on the high black, so I'm getting on, potting this black, getting on the black so I can get on the next red. So I'm trying to keep my white around here, give myself a nice high black. So there's a smidgen right on this, pick me high. Oh, there I go again. High, got loads of outs. Come across that face again, so I'm going to try and get high again. I'm to get back on the black, but again there's no stress because I'm not on a maximum and it don't matter. But if I take this path here, if I'm too short, I'm on a red, I'm on a red, I'm on a red, I'm on a red. I'm going to go too far, I'm on a red, I'm on a red. I've always got a chance. So again, I'll pick this smidge of right, pick the height. Look. Because I'm under no particular pressure as far as I've got such a big area to land in, it makes the shot easier, because if you know it's a pressure and you've got to land in a small tight area, all of a sudden then it puts more pressure on the shot and you might hit it worse. Now this one, right, so the pink's been annoying me, so I can get it on the spot now. So I can just stun this red in, I'm on the pink. There we go. So just get this, get the red in the middle. Now this is where a lot of players make a bit of a mistake here, and I've done this myself. Can you believe I made a mistake? Mad. Yes, even me. You can play on the pink, not the pink, the blue. But this angle I've got here, it's very easy to go a little bit too far. Then all of a sudden you're straight, you leave yourself a longish yellow. And when the nerves are jangling, it can be a bad one. So unless you are sort of dead straight or on an angle, look, to land not right on that pink, it's a bad shot. But when you're nervous, it can happen. The problem is with this, if I can't go that way, right? I've got to go this way. So if you look at it, to get on the blue perfect, you've only got, from there, look, you've only got about 4 inches to land in. So it's very easy to be short. Now all of a sudden we can't hold for the yellow, or you know, or we've got to go in and out of bulk. You're under pressure. You don't want that in your life, right? So this shot here, when you're not absolutely dead straight or whatever, or it's so easy, it's worth getting the white on the table, unless you need the colour, obviously. But I can go up the table and it just gives me to land in. There we go, so I'm back on yellow. So now obviously I've got to get on the ball. The 1, 2, 3 thing don't really matter because I've got to get on the next ball, but I need to get back on the yellow, so anywhere around here. So just pop the yellow, put the white, more or less the same line. And now I'm perfect. Now it's just a clearance of the colours. Right, now I'm on the green there. We don't want to be there because it's hard to get on the blue. Brown, can't get my colours at the minute. So again, trying to get straight or just off straight is what I want because it's easier to get on the brown. Easy game, isn't it? Absolutely easy. Right, so again, I want to get on this brown that makes it easy to get on this blue. So just a little soft screw shot, leave my white around there, and then I'm absolutely perfect on that brown to get on the blue. And that's perfect. Obviously, I want to be perfect on the blue to get on the pink. You can play the screw shot. I think the screw shot can be a bit dangerous, very easy to get into it. I think you've got more of a room for error if you come off that side rail because you're coming towards the line rather than across it. Because the line of that pot is in there. If you go across there, the pace, you've got to hit it. You're perfect there to there. So if you think about it, you're screwing into an area of about, look, if you're there, you come off the top rail, fine, right? But what I'm saying is to be absolutely perfect, it's harder to get that. But if I go this way, I've got more of a bit, okay, the pace doesn't have to be as perfect. Even if I butcher it and land here, I'm still sort of on it. So. But I'm going towards it. See the pace. So if I get the right line, I can land in a spot of about a foot and I'm on it, rather than going across the face of it. So I'm still giving myself best chance to be perfect. And this is, to be honest, I might have to come with the bottom right. I could hold it. I like that shot, so I'll play it. But again, trace of right, off that side, off that bottom rail. There we go, look, perfect. And now there's no ball next, so just get on the black. Gone too far. So you're going to cross the line. Going to cross the line. And off that. No. So there you go. Try it. So there you go. It's not 6, 7 shots ahead. You are just potting that to get on that, so you get to get on that. Again, it may seem too advanced, but it's not. Even if you're not playing the shots well, it's worth having that in mind, and it will help you score because, you know, you look at the best players, you know, the break builders ever, they never play a hard shot, do they? They're always on the right ball. And I know you've got to play the shot, I know that, but ultimately you've still got to play, actually attempt to play it, when I see a lot of people not even trying to do it, even if they hit it well. So have a little tinker about it. Do it even on a lineup, you know, practice it on a lineup, because I know they're all there, but very easy. People go, they just play on a red, but just try specifically to get on a red to get on the next ball. And that will get you into that routine of thinking like that, and hopefully that can incorporate into your match play. And you win all your league matches and beat your mate all the time, and life will be good. Comment below. See you soon.